Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Nidoqueen with the buff, or like the addition of Mudslap. Haven't taken a look at this Pokemon in the open Great League yet, and so for me it was a decision, do I want to take a look at Torterra again, or do I want to take a look at this Pokemon? And I want to take a look at this Pokemon just to see if it's going to be better or worse than Torterra. And I do think it's an interesting case, but we can talk about it. Anyway, we're going to have an interesting matchup generally. We're going to have our Guzzlord running the Such Bomb as well as the Brutal Spring. I don't like the Dragon Claw idea of it. Maybe Dragon Claw is better though for this team, because that's going to help you a bit better out against the Zygardes, where you would have then super effective coverage. Any other way, this is the best moveset that you kind of want to have. Such Bomb can be cool against Fairy-type Pokemon. Have I ever used Such Bomb? I honestly don't recall that I did, and so I do think that maybe Dragon Claw is the better move to go for on this thing, but I don't have any TMs anymore, so it doesn't really matter. And we can win the first battle here. Next opponent coming through, we are going to have here the Emios Karada. This is going to be a matchup that I want to swap out because my backline is even better against this Pokemon. And we're going to get out that Cresselia, which is alright for us because we're going to have access to the Rage Fist, allowing us to do some solid damage against the opponent here. We are going to be able to even go for another one and get even more damage up here against the opponent as well. And we have another charge move coming through, which is going to do even more damage against the opponent. And with that, we are in a very solid position. We are in a position where we are going to be able to just do a lot of damage against the opponent when they come in here soon as well. We're going to have the Krasnod coming through, and we can just go for that, no shield here. I kind of want to try to win with my Guzzlord. And as we will see, there is going to be that swap out into the Guzzlord. This is going to be fine, getting the KO, getting the energy. In the back is going to be that Tentacruel. And this is actually before I changed my moveset, because this is still the old moveset before. I tried to change my moveset then to Such Bomb, and now I kind of regret it, to be fair. I do think that it would have been better to have Dragon Claw on this Pokemon over Such Bomb, but again, it is what it is. And so, yeah, we are going to be able to go for the Crunch, gonna get some damage onto the opponent, gonna be able to swap out into the Nidoqueen, get that the Poison Fangs onto the Meowth Karada here, get them low, and now we can just fully farm them down here with our Guzzlord. They don't have any move. I think they would have, in theory, the move Play Rough in order to knock us out, but nobody's going to ever run this, and so we can go for the full farm down, have 2 crunches stored, and 2 crunches are easily going to be enough to knock out the opponent there. So this is going to be very, very nice for us. We are going to be able to win this battle. So, next one. Let's see what we're going to have here. We are going to have, the Gastrodon. We're going to have now the Primeape. And we are going to be able to just go for a nice charge move. So this is going to be allowing us to get, a bit of damage there already, getting the boost and our attack, which is the main thing that we want here, because now they're going to be in range for close combat, and they decide to go for a charge move, so we are forced to go for the shield here. We can go ahead and go for another charge move there as well. We can try our best. So let's see here. Righteous is going to get a bit of damage, get a bit of, boost there onto the Untoss there, but the opponent actually stopped out, which I just really didn't see. But the opponent is not going to enjoy this matchup too much. Just the thing as well here, if you just have matchups like this, like if Payback especially is going to be resisted, the Corviknight just really doesn't do a lot. Actually, here we have a time where we go for Such Bomb. At the end of the day, Dragon Claw would have just been the better move here, which also almost I would have 2-shot them, I would assume, with the Dragon Tail damage, while Such Bomb is going to do a little bit less damage. Such Bomb and Dragon Claw are actually clones of each other now, which is kind of so funny because they were so far away from each other before, but they are now clones from each other. And just of course you're going to have stab bonus on a potential Dragon Claw. As you're going to see here, we're not going to be able to 2-shot them at all with the moveset that we have there. And again, I actually wouldn't recommend to you to go for Such Bomb. I thought it would be a cooler move, but again, we're early on in the season as well. I kind of want to try out some stuff, and I would not recommend you to go for that move. I would think that Dragon Claw is still the best move to go for from this thing, just in case the dark moves are resisted. Otherwise, Dragon Claw isn't really the greatest move anyway, but here we're going to have the Gastrodon in the back. If we had Dragon Claw, we would have been able to go for that one. Would have that allowed us to knock them out as well here? It would have, so there were actually quite a lot of matchups which would have been better with Dragon Claw, so that's actually good to turn out here as well for you, so definitely make that change if you can. Generally, we have a team that's only double buffed. We don't have a buff on the Primeape, but honestly, Primeape is like one of the big winners, in my opinion, from this season change here. I think the current meta in both Great League as well as Ultra League has been quite, very nice for this thing. And we're going to see already, again, the Gudra coming in. We're going to have access to the super hard hitting charge move here as well. And as we will see, the opponent decides to start to use a shield. That is kind of annoying, but yeah, we are going to be able to go into our own Guzzlord. They usually are running just elemental moves like Aqua Tail, the Power Whip, or the Thunder Punch, which are all going to be resisted against other dragons. So this is going to be very, very nice, as we can just go and let this move go, get some extra energy, and we should be kind of in a very solid position here, as this is going to knock them out. And we have to see on how things are going to go next. Let's see here. It's going to get it doesn't actually get the KO. Gudra's too bulky. In comes Kyurem. This is not the only Kyurem I encountered. With a different team, most likely. I don't know when this video comes live anyway. I encountered another Kyurem. Kyurem actually kind of took over a little bit now. Like, a lot more people are running it. And honestly, it's been quite good for those people that I encountered with it as well. The thing is with Kyurem, of course, got access to the boost of... the Dragon Breath, which allows it to go for Glaciate faster. I would have been able to run the Dragon Claw previously, which I guess you don't really want to run anymore, because you also have the access to the move Dracomedia, which I think would be the better idea for this Pokemon. So I think Kyurem would be actually a cool Pokemon to run. I would recommend you to go for the Dragon... what's it called? Dragon Tail? No, Dragon Breath there, the Glaciate, and the Dracomedia. Sorry, it's a bit late here. I have to record the battles. I am going to be in Frankfurt this weekend, and I kind of want to have at least one video a day. That is my goal, and that's why it's quite late, and I'm still trying to record videos, and I still have another one to do, so gonna be great. Still, again, if anybody is in Frankfurt, feel free to say hello to me. I would like to meet as many people as possible, and especially trade with me. If you don't have me on the friend list there, trade with me. I need to get the, especially what's called the Aegislash. I want an Aegislash for Great League. I want the Tinkaton for Great League. Stuff like this I all still need, so if you see me in Frankfurt and you're in Frankfurt, feel free to trade it to me. Anyway, we are going to have here now the charge move coming through from us. It's going to be the Poison Fang against the opponent, and we're going to get the shield here. And I can just let this move go, and I try my best here to win this matchup with my Primeape now, because I can get some energy, but the opponent makes an interesting play. They swap out into Primeape. And now I have the option if I want to go ahead and go for the charge move straight away, or if I want to see if the opponent goes first for their close combat. As you see here, the close combat is not enough to knock them out, but also they make an interesting play because I don't think they actually went a full charge for it. I think they undercharged the close combat, because I do think that a Primeape close combat should one-shot a Guzzlord. And with this play though, they were able to get a ton of energy on their Empoleon, which now allows them to go for a super effective charge move against us, knocking us out, and we have not really a chance here. So far, so alright. Let's talk a little bit more about the main star of this team here, which is going to be that Nidoqueen. The queen of the team is a Pokemon that is cool. It is by far an upgrade to what Nidoqueen was before. I think Poison Sting is a crime on this Pokemon. Personally, I do think that it's like literally like wasting the entire potential of this Pokemon, because they have like the Poison Fang, which is like the kind of main bread and butter of this thing, and Poison Sting just doesn't benefit from it. Poison Jab is alright, but it hasn't been seen any usage. Now Mud Step, it's good. Like, it's definitely good. It's definitely going to improve the matchups for this Pokemon. It is the best fast move. It's a fast move that really works out well together with the Poison Fang. It is not going to put it into meta. It is not going to put it into meta. It's not going to be a Pokemon that you will see a lot of times in the open Ultra League or in the open Great League there, as it is just going to be not enough to make it top meta. Like, it is just not enough of an upgrade. But yeah, it is what it is. Here we are going to see the Battle Bolt against us. We're going to be able to use a shield. We're going to win this matchup here as far as I can see that. Yeah, we still have our Nidoqueen. This is the thing as well, against the meta itself, Nidoqueen is quite alright. We're going to have like the Battle Bolt matchup, which is the main benefiting one. But actually the typing itself otherwise can be also quite bad, as yeah, there are quite a lot of Psychic and a lot of Flying type Pokemon currently. Speaking of Psychic type Pokemon, I just didn't really expect that they would be as common as they were here today, because yeah, I know the confusion buff was happening, but I felt like a lot of people were kind of hesitant on if they want to go for that one or not, like if they want to go for Confusion Pokemon or not. I haven't really seen a lot of Confusion Pokemon in the Great League, and I do think that this is also a league where Confusion is really, really good. I think Confusion generally is a very good move now. But yeah, as you will see, the opponent is going to go for the Moonblast here. It's going to be an awkward one because we are already shields down. We are going to have not the switch advantage. We have a ton of energy on our Gastler, and this is like kind of the only way of us trying to win back something here in this battle. It is going to be an uphill battle. It's going to be the Charizard against us though, where we can go for the Brutal Swing spam. We're going to be able to generate energy at the same pace as the opponent, like literally the exact same pace. And we're going to get to the Brutal Swing at, yeah, a faster time as the opponent currently, which is kind of cool, as we're going to even get to another Brutal Swing here and die, which is going to be great. The opponent is going to decide to let this move go through as well here. It's going to be a non-Shadow Charizard, a very like just the Air Cutter coming through here. It is going to be the Air Cutter, not doing that much damage, but getting the attack buff onto them. I am going to try now to win this battle just with my Primeape alone, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that here, as you're going to still stay off against the opponent's Belly Bolt. Can we do that? It is going to be a very, very tough one. As we're going to see here, we're going to be able to go still for more Rachel spam. I think that's going to be the ideal way of playing this. They're still going to have the Charizard with like a few HP left, and I need to have a little bit more fast move pressure in order to have a chance here. And so I let the first move go from the opponent. I can go for another move here, getting me at +3 attack of my own. And I see here now we can still win this battle. I'm going to be forced to use a shield. I'm going to be able to, yeah, go for the charge move here as well, as I try to overfarm and try to farm them all the way down. The opponent decides to swap out here, which is very smart. And with that, we're actually not going to lose this battle. We are going to end up in a draw. Good game to the opponent. But now we can move on, of course, into the next battle. Nidoqueen against the Steelix is going to be a very favorable matchup for us. Like, I think that's going to be alright now, especially with a Mud Slap change there. It is so much better for that Nidoqueen. And as you can see here, we are going to be able to get out also the Pidgeot from the opponent. We can go for the Brutal Swing, and that's going to be an alright play for us as well. This should be able to knock them out. They're going to let this move go as well, and they go back into their Steelix. They're still running Thunderfang, as I did as well in my last video where I used Steelix, which I think was in the YouTube video that I did. Yeah, this is still, I think, an ideal way of playing, but yeah, this is going to be still right here. We are just going to be able to swap out into our Nidoqueen because we have another Emser in the back, and we have actually a Drifloon in the back, and it's great that we kept our other Pokemon. Like, it is great that we kept our other Pokemon, because we are going to still have the Brutal Swing option now for the Lostheart, which is going to be great. We have even a Brutal Swing still stored. We, I think, need 2 more Fast Moves to go for another one afterwards. We're going to have the CM Pitta here, but I know that I'm gonna be able to just use 2 shields and get to another Brutal Swing, doing a lot of damage, or whatever they're going to have in the back. Now, we have not seen yet on what the opponent is going to try to do yet. They're going to swap out into the Steelix. I still have my Primeape. I'm going to be able to go for the charge move and just boost myself up, which also means I should be able to just even win the battle with a Primeape. A boosted super effective Rage Twist should be enough to knock them out. Let's take a look here at this is going to do. It's going to be able to knock them out, and we can move on to the next opponent. So let's take a look at the next opponent. We're going to have that Zygarde. Zygarde can be a bit of an awkward one. This is going to be very, very tough. As you can see, we are going to try our best to go for that close combat soon after. But we shield up the move. It's going to be the Crunch. That's really, really bad for us. Let's hop onto the Fortress, and so we can go for the boosted close combat though. That's going to be a stab move. That's going to do a lot of damage, even with the bulk that the opponent has. And now we can just go for the Rage Fist on the CMP tie in order to try to force the shield from the opponent. This is going to get the shield force, but it is going to still be a bit awkward, as this Rock Tomb is going to knock us out. We can go to the Nidoqueen again. We can get a ton of energy, but this energy doesn't really help us here right now. So, yeah. As we will see, we will swap out straight away against the opponent's Zygarde. We don't really have a lot of play. And we're going to have to try to play it out here now as well with our Guzlord. Guzlord is going to be able to take the Drill Peck. We're going to have another Brutal Swing coming through, and we're going to have another one straight afterwards as well, which is going to be absolutely fantastic for us. As you can see here, Brutal Swing should not be enough to knock them out though. I think they're still going to be able to survive just barely. But yeah, as you see, we're going to decide to use a shield. We are going to be able to farm them down soon, and as you can see as well, we're going to be able to go back into the Nidoqueen. But is it going to be enough to win this one? I am not too sure. We are going to have, yeah, the charge going through here. That's going to be the Earthquake. It's going to do so much damage that we can't even reach another move. I think that's kind of seals the deal, because if we would have got to the next Poison Fang there either got them lower and the drop onto them, or we've got the shield, which then allowed us to knock them out with this charge move here. But we're just not going to be able to knock them out here today, as this is going to be a bit too much. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Again, I do think that Nidoqueen is not something that you should run ready as a meta option. But yeah, this is going to be it for this. Video is going to be more regular again as well when I'm out, like when I'm back from Frankfurt. So yeah, hopefully Frankfurt should be on at this point already anyway. So hopefully you are going to be there as well, or watch the stream where all the battles going to be happening. See you then. Bye bye.